Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing in San Diego? How are you scratching your itch? Or are you not? Are you just sort of sitting by the beach?
I moved to San Diego.
Sipping,
don't know anyone, except for my boyfriend and our other friend Brandon, and go to see a short form show because in college I was doing short form, and go to see the short form show at Theater Sports, see it, and I'm like, no way, like this is like too hack, can't do it, like I'm above this, like was my first thought, and then a couple more months went by and I was so lonely and sad that I was just like, nope, I'm gonna go. And they had auditions and I auditioned, got in.
Oh,
and
nice.
Then,
wow.
Yeah, and then eventually the time I was down there, started performing and teaching and doing all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's great.
And met people there. I met, do you know Erin McGathy?
I know that name. She's throwing shade lady.
No. That's Erin Gibson. McGathy is This Feels Terrible. She was married to Dan Harmon for a hot minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's currently living in Ireland. Very, very funny.
Oh.
And her and I were doing short form down there, and I decided, I got to move to LA. And so, because UCB...
Just because you were like, I'm performing. This is what I got to do. I got to go to LA.
No, I ran into a theater professor at this function, and I was telling her
what sort of function are you at?
It was an alumni dinner back in San Luis Obispo.
Oh, okay.
Because I was a member of my alumni board, and I told her UCB was opening a theater in LA because she asked me something about improv, and I said oh yeah, UCB's opening up, and she was like, why aren't you in LA then?
Oh,
and I literally was
how existential.
Yeah, I walked away from that conversation into the other room and called my parents and said I'm moving to Los Angeles.
How did you were aware of UCB in San Diego?
I was aware of UCB from the Comedy Central show.
Oh, okay.
So I was obsessed with it, and my story of UCB is I was obsessed with the show, and my friend Sean, who was treasurer of Hillel for our college, he somehow fucked up and had borrowed money from Hillel and couldn't pay it back. So he had to make a lot of money fast. And I think he had lost money some day trading. He was in a tight spot financially as a college student. Yeah. So
is he doing okay now?
I'm sure he's fine. Okay. And so he was like, I have to make money. I'm going to sell bootleg copies of the entire UCB show on VHS on eBay.
Whoa.
And so he gave me... I have every episode of UCB on VHS as a gift for my friend Sean, who was illegally selling them. And so I was obsessed. And one of my things is I have an obsessive mind. And so if I like something, I'll watch it hundreds of times. So my favorite movies I've watched countless numbers of times. If I like a TV show, I'll watch an episode 8 times. And so that's how I knew about them. And then I'd gone up and seen them. They would sometimes come through IO, and so I'd gone up and seen them at IO.
Oh, cool.
And then once they opened their theater, I was like, all right, this is when I'm moving. And I took
So you moved right when they opened it?
Yeah, I was there within a couple of months. So I didn't make the first.
They literally turned the sign over to open, and you were right there.
Hi. Yeah, but there was a few Herald teams because when they first opened, they went around and scouted before they were even open and formed a couple teams. And and then I was on the first one that had auditions.
So you started classes right away when they moved here. They started classes right away. Pretty
much, yeah.
And you got in right away.
Yeah.
And then it was only a couple 3 levels maybe back then, or
no, it was 4 levels. But no advanced study or anything like that. And I think I got on a Herald team around level 3 or 4.
So only a few months out, 6 months after. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
And then you were performing once a week? Mm-hmm. That's great.